Hello, it's Cooking Boca. I'm Lorianne with the Boca Voice, and today I'm bringing you inside a new restaurant in central Boca called SQ1. SQ1 is conveniently located on Glades Road, just west of I-95. And I have the pleasure today of sitting down with owners Eric and John to get the scoop on this new hot spot. Eric and John combined have over 30 years experience in this industry, and you will not believe the massive renovations that they've done here at this restaurant, which was formerly Bruzy's. SQ1 is open for Sunday brunch, lunch, dinner, and of course, happy hour, and it is quite the happy hour. They have happy hour here from 11:30 to 7. So let's get started and take a look at the restaurant. So thank you so much, Eric, for sitting down with the Boca Voice viewers. And I first want to start by saying congratulations. You did an awesome, beautiful job with this restaurant.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a fun project to get started, and it's looking forward to the next 15 years of a long-term lease and a lot of fun to make this happen and take care of the public, that's for sure.
All right, so I want to start off first because when I saw the name SQ1, I thought, wow, that's an unusual name, and it has a very interesting story. So why don't you tell our viewers about that?
It is an unusual one. It's kind of funny because I sometimes say I don't really want to say what the story is because it was John and I having a conversation about the opportunity to take over Bruzy's, a 20-year location in the heart of Boca here, such an opportunity. And in the conversation, we were having a couple cocktails, maybe a shot or two, sitting back and relaxing. And
those are when the best stories happen.
They are always the best stories when those happen. Because a few in, I said, I really think we're going to do this. Let's do it together. What do you think? And he's like, that's why I came to you. I came to you to say, let's do it. Us becoming best friends so quickly, and it was just this energy between the two of us whenever we did food together or worked in a dining room together or whatever we did. It was just so much fun. So I said, you know what, I just don't know that starting at SQ1 is the right choice in what I'm doing. And he looked at me and his face lit up and said, that's it, SQ1. I said, yeah, I know, I'm starting all over at SQ1. That's what we're doing. What's the big deal? And he said again, no, that's it. And I still didn't get it. And again, I said, yeah, I know, we're starting at SQ1. So he said to me, no, that's the name. We're starting at SQ1 and we're creating something from point one, starting at SQ1.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this massive renovation that you did to this restaurant. I mean, when I walked in, it doesn't even look like the same restaurant, which I'm sure is what you wanted, but absolutely. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure you and John collaborated for a while on the decor here.
Absolutely. It was trying to get a feel that's an upscale casual feel in this market area with all these restaurants. There's such a synergy of people around here with such a high quality of product and environment. We knew that we had to do something in a building that is 20 years old as a restaurant, that the objective was to keep the classic lines and the feel of the restaurant, but how to modernize it. So what we really ended up doing was a little bit more than we expected. Of course, it always turns out that way, and took a couple more months than expected. It turns out that way. But some of the key points were really to open up the front bar area of this the spot so that you can look out on Glades Road. You actually can see the energy and feel the energy. Indoor, outdoor bar. You're in South Florida. That's what everybody wants. It was all done with a special feel in mind. The chandeliers to make it upscale. The leather to make it comfortable and inviting, and the reclaimed wood as well. So we feel like it's an evolving thing. I keep adding different things, curtains there, pictures here, another television over there. But, the feel is a light, airy, comfortable environment. That's what we went for.
So Eric, tell us a little bit about this beautiful glass room that you have in the restaurant, which I think is a wonderful addition to any restaurant, really, for events.
The private dining room was, this area really has that opportunity to have functions at lunch more than anything else. We probably have 4 to 5 every single lunch. They have meetings. It's set up with a 70-inch plasma TV. It's all hooked up through Wi-Fi or HDMI direct hookup. They do presentations. They have their meetings. And then when they're done, they can have a nice lunch. The room is, padded leather walls, double insulated in the ceiling and in the flooring of it. and the glass is double pane glass, so it's almost acoustically silent inside the room. So it's great for meetings. It's not a big echoing room, so you can really hear the people sitting around you. 18 to 20 people is really the maximum that you really want to go into the room. You need a little elbow room
Right, of
when
course.
you're sitting down, and you need some room to eat the great food. So
All these family get-togethers too. If you have a family event coming up, such as a graduation or a communion or something like that, that's a perfect, nice private room for
Mother's
guests.
Day is almost full already in that room.
Wow, I
Yeah.
can imagine. It really is beautiful. You did a great job.
Thank you very much.
So this is John, co-owner and executive chef of Square One. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Thanks for having me.
And congratulations on this
Thank you very
wonderful
much.
restaurant. Couldn't have picked a better location.
We got lucky with that.
So you've been a chef for quite some time now.
I have.
And from what I understand, this menu is quite extensive. Why don't you give the viewers a little overview of what exactly is on the restaurant? We don't have to go every item, but so they get a general idea of what to expect.
We use sustainable fish for our fish. We make all of our pastas in-house, which I think is a great selling point. Our pastry chef David, who's here right now working, actually does it. All of our steaks are dry aged locally and by Sunshine Provisions, who's one of our meat purveyors, actually our main purveyor for meats.
So I understand too that you have a special water that you're using here that has great impact on the food that
We
you're
do. We use
preparing.
a Vera water. It's called Vera water. It's a 8-time filtration system. What it allows us to do is we use it when we're making our pasta doughs, our pizza doughs, and when we're baking. I think it helps with the alkaline in the water. Mm-hmm. They always say water from New York is so great, and I think this helps. Why they have such great pasta or pizza in New York, I think it helps balance our pizza doughs here as well as our pasta doughs.
I'm sure. And I see that you have the brick oven still.
We do. 20 years old. Oldies but goodies. This company is actually the original ovens, the first set of ovens they ever made. Baker's Pride, when they got into brick ovens.
All right, so what is your favorite meal? Well, that's a twofold question. What is your favorite meal that you like to eat, and what is your favorite meal that you like to prepare here? Entree item.
For me to eat, anything Mexican. And I truly mean that. If my wife let me, I'd eat it 7 days a week, but I'm not allowed to. So, and my favorite dish to make here for our guests, I would say the braised beef ragu.
Okay.
I think it's wonderful. It's slow braised beef short ribs that we do with Chianti wine and mirepoix and veal reduction, and then it's finished with a San Marzano tomato sauce, caramelized fennel, confit tomatoes, and house-made. Right now we're using Bajoli, which is a large format spaghetti.
Oh, very
and
nice.
Finished with whipped ricotta and micro basil.
Okay, it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's delicious.
All right, so the other popular dish that you made for us today, the Brussels sprouts. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we slow roast them in the brick ovens. That's the starting process of them, and then we pick them up with a mango sweet and sour, which is like a sweet chili glaze with mango, pancetta. So it's a good way to get the bitterness out of the Brussels sprouts. They tend to be a bitter vegetable. I think a lot of people tend to steer away from them, and we finish it with a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness with the pancetta, a little bit of cashews, and some fresh herbs and cilantro.
Okay. And it wouldn't be a conversation if we didn't mention dessert. So I understand you have a killer dessert here. I mean, amongst others, but
The creme brulee.
Yes.
It's very simple, but it's a simple vanilla custard. But David takes a lot of pride in what he does, and he does a wonderful job with it, as well as making our pastas and our pizza doughs. And it's absolutely wonderful. It's dynamite. Vanilla custard, fresh vanilla beans, cream and sugar, and egg. Very simple, but
awesome.
very well done.
Well, I can't wait to try the dishes they prepared for us, and we hope to see you here at Square One. It truly is a beautiful restaurant. These guys are great. Come check them out. As always, we appreciate you watching The Boca Voice. You can check us out on our Facebook page and on our website, thebocavoice.com. Until next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much, John.
Thank you.